All right, guys, so the Democrats are back at it again. Wasting taxpayer dollars, wasting our money, trying to make Marjorie Taylor Greene to be out to be the worst person ever. Okay? And really, what they don't understand is that they're really helping MTG out. That's what they're really doing. Because the more attention that they give her, the stronger she becomes. Okay? Like that's just kind of what happens when you make political figures controversial, right? They become more popular. They grow. Their influence increases, right? But the Democrats don't seem to understand this concept. They would rather waste our time and money pushing through ridiculous bills like this that basically try to expel Marjorie Taylor Greene from Congress, right? Basically trying to overstep their boundaries and undermine the will of the people who voted her into office in the first place, okay? Based off things that they already saw before she actually got into office, that were available to the public before she got in office. There's nothing that she's done while in office that disqualifies her from being in office. So again, this right here is just a effing circus. And it's frustrating because, it's just another example of why our politics is such a joke. Okay, it's such a joke, right? And this stuff keeps happening with MTG, and it's just frustrating. So let's read about what the Democrats are up to now, okay? And how MTG is responding. So 73 House Democrats push to expel Marjorie Taylor Greene from Congress. A sizable bloc of House Democrats is mounting an effort to expel from Congress Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has drawn scorn from members of both parties for her past comments and rogue procedural moves. Representative Jimmy Gomez of California plans to introduce a resolution on Friday that would expel Greene, who was ousted from committees last month over offensive past comments, including social media posts promoting conspiracy theories. The resolution is co-sponsored by 72 House Democrats, nearly a third of the House Democrat caucus, including prominent members like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the former chair of the Democratic National Committee, right, who ironically, under her, I think that the DNC was up to a lot of corruption, right, if I'm not mistaken. It's funny how things go. Eric Harris, a spokesperson for Gomez, told Forbes that the resolution is only now being introduced because they had quite a few conversations with House Republicans about supporting it and wanted to give them time to decide. Harris added that there was, quote, interest, but none ultimately opted to support the resolution, with some expressing concerns regarding threats of violence and political retribution. So why the hell are you introducing it then? Why the hell are you introducing it? If you know the Republicans are not going to be on board with it, why are you wasting our time? I really don't understand. You're saying, oh, we want to give the Republicans more time to consider. I think only 11 of them voted to remove her from a committee. So why do you think any of them are going to vote to actually kick her out of Congress? Especially when so much time has passed. Again, this stuff blows my mind. It blows my mind that this is what our politicians waste time doing. And I'm not even like the biggest fan of Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm not the biggest fan, but at the end of the day, you're making me like her more than I would otherwise, right? Because I see you guys playing these silly games, right? And basically trying to ruin this woman's career who was voted into office by her constituents, right? That, again, we're fully aware of the things that she said and done in the past, and they were okay with it. But all this whole hit job, right? All the rumors, all the, the fake scandals, exposing some stuff going on in her personal life, all that stuff that the Democrats are throwing at her. It really is a damn shame that this is what politics is about, right? It really is. It's really sad to see how much of a waste of taxpayer dollars these people are. Okay. In a statement, Gomez cited Greene's past comments, posts advocating for executions of top Democrats and questioning school shootings, and the 9/11 attacks, which he said merit immediate expulsion from Congress. I don't agree with any of those things that she said. Okay, I think most people don't. But these were things that she said before she got into Congress. She said them before she got into Congress, and people still voted her in. Right? Are you trying to undermine the will of the people? Okay, because I thought you guys, the Democrats, were supposed to be all about not doing that. That's what they say they're about until they want something, right? Until they want to kick a politician out, or they don't like the way an election turns out. Now, all of a sudden, they're trying to exercise their powers to try to kick somebody out. Again, ain't it funny how that works? Ain't it ironic how that works? Right? Ain't it ironic how when they want something done their way, right, all of a sudden the rules are thrown out the window, the principles are not there because they never had any principles in the first place. And most importantly, she apologized for those things. She said, I'm sorry. She apologized for her comments in the past. Like, what more do you want? Like, she's already been punished. Like, at this point, you're beating a dead horse. You're just being bullies at this point. You're just being bullies. Gomez also called for strong and clear condemnation from all of her Republican colleagues, including House GOP leader Kevin McCarthy, who has largely embraced Greene, and Senate GOP leader Mitch McConnell, who repudiated her. Greene in a tweet said House Democrats have declared war on House Republican women, tying the resolution to the House's consideration of a claim by Rita Harris that she won Iowa's 2nd District rather than Representative Marianne Miller Meeks, a Republican whose 6-vote victory was certified by our state. Again, that's another thing too, guys. I mean, that could be a whole video in and of itself, but they mentioned it here in this article, so I guess I'm going to talk about it now. The Democrats are basically trying to overturn the election of a district in Iowa that's already been certified. For all the stuff they was talking about the last 2-3 months about how, hey, when it's certified, it's certified. When it's certified, it's over. Lo and behold, election is certified, and they're not happy with it, and they're trying to overturn it. But, it's okay when they do it. It's okay because it's the Democrats. It's okay. It's okay. But see, if a Republican tries to do that, it's a problem. They're insurrectionists. They're trying to subvert the will of the people. They're trying to undermine democracy. Yada, 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 all the above. And that's the funny thing, man. And that's the funny thing to me. Because, you see stuff, like this, right? Like, you guys remember this. I'm pretty sure you guys seen this. I didn't make a video about it. I didn't get around to it, but this is a good video to talk about it. I mean, they marched the National Guard to her office because she thought Guam was a foreign country at CPAC. In a CPAC speech, she thought Guam was a foreign country. She made a mistake. Obviously, she didn't know, right? You waste taxpayer dollars. It's already a shame that the National Guard is piled up in D.C. in the first place. It's already a shame, right? It's already a tragedy that's happening. Now you march them to Marjorie Taylor Greene's office to do a political stunt. For what? What point are you proving here? You couldn't call her up and say, hey, Miss Taylor Greene, we heard your speech at CPAC regarding Guam. We just want you to know that this is actually an American territory. We have delegates. We have, members in the American military. Guam is a part of America. I just thought it'd be nice for you to know that in the future when you're giving these type of speeches. And you didn't even have to make it public. You just could have had that private conversation, educated her, and kept it moving. But nope. Can't do that. Can't do that. Democrats got to make a show. They got to make a whole show out of trying to embarrass Marjorie Taylor Greene. Okay? And you know what Marjorie Taylor Greene does? Every single time they do this, she raises more money. Raises more money. She raises more money, which is smart on her part. That tells me that she has a brain, right? She's smart. She's like, okay, these Democrats are coming after me. Guess what? I will raise money off this, right? Because again, she is a victim in this situation, right? She is being victimized. She really is. I mean, there was a situation where they planted a flag right outside of her office, like the LGBTQ flag, just to make a show out of it. Again, why are they harassing this woman? I don't understand. Because if you felt like she was such a threat, why give her publicity in the first place? But see, they've tried their hardest. They've tried their hardest to make her the new Trump. They've tried their hardest to put her in the spotlight because the Democrats don't want people paying attention to their policies. They don't want people paying attention to the legislation that they're trying to pass. They don't want that. What they want is people to be paying attention to their little sideshows with Marjorie Taylor Greene and to make her the center of attention. The same way they did with Trump. But it's not working. It's not working. It is really sad to see that they keep trying to do the same political trick. And like I said, hey, at this point, Marjorie Taylor Greene is smart. She's raising money off this. She's becoming stronger off of this. She's taking advantage of this. So I don't know what the Democrats' end game is, but it ain't working, right? It's not really working. The best thing they can do really is to leave her alone, right? Leave her alone and go about your business, right? Everybody is there in Congress to make legislation. You're there to act like adults, not high school children. But the only thing we've seen from Congress is high school antics out of these politicians when they need to be working for the American people. So that's my little rant. Stuff like this just frustrates me, and it's one of those things where, you know, the Democrats are not getting the result they actually want. They're actually getting the opposite result of what they say they want. But who knows? Maybe they want her to get stronger. Maybe they want her to become somebody that is the face of the Republican Party. That could be the plan. But I'm not sure if that's going to work in their favor either, right? Because they don't realize a lot of people probably do sympathize with Marjorie Taylor Greene, right? At least on some things, right? A lot of people do feel like she's a normal person. She's normal like everybody else. She you know, has certain views just like a lot of other people do. And trying to victimize her is only going to make people resonate with her even more. And I'm not sure if the Democrats actually understand that. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.